Welcome. This recording was originally conceived to recognize World Labyrinth Day 2025. World Labyrinth Day is an international observation that happens on the first Saturday of the month of May. This offering will include a short topic introduction, a guided meditation, and an opportunity for you to walk a finger labyrinth, a handheld labyrinth, or if you have your own labyrinth that you can walk, you're welcome to incorporate that into this practice. If you want to participate in the labyrinth but don't have a labyrinth, then you can find a link to a downloadable and printable hand labyrinth and a link to an app where you can walk a virtual labyrinth. Feel free to pause this now and get these, and then come on back. The theme for today is around being able to shift our perspective, even just a little bit. It has been a theme that's come up with many of my friends and colleagues, as well as clients who are managing the shifts and changes that are going on around us, within us, and interpersonally in relationships. In these times, there may be conflicts or crises or chronic conditions we are navigating in new and different ways, and it's common for this to bring up a lot of uncertainty and fear. We humans have a hard time with uncertainty, and some of the ways that we've managed it in the past aren't quite working for us right now. So I want to draw from the work of Joanna Macy, who has spent her life looking at complex modern problems and has provided ways in which we may be able to manage them and reconnect to what matters most to us. One of her tenets of being with modernity draws upon a model of a spiral, reminding us of the cycles that we find in nature, and that if we have a wide enough lens, we have the ability to look at everything that is going on throughout these times in different ways. We start to see that maybe we're not necessarily able to solve these large complex problems of modernity within the time that we have, but rather we're able to manage the predicaments we find ourselves in. There are parts of this spiral model that we'll briefly explore. The spiral can start anywhere along its path, and for the sake of this recording today, we're going to start with a part of the spiral path that belongs with gratitude. It's important to ground our nervous system and our mental and emotional and spiritual body and what we already are connected to through gratitude. This can be hard to find when there's so much going on around us, and it's with intentional practice that gratitude can come to us with more ease. The next part of the spiral takes us into a space of honoring our pain. There's a lot of pain in the world right now, and it's okay to name our pain. It's okay to feel our pain, and it's okay for us to revisit it as we need to. Pain is universal, and as such, doesn't need to be experienced alone. Recognizing it and naming it can be the first step toward connecting and collectively healing it. From here, we can start the next part of the spiral, which is seeing with new eyes. For some of us, this might come naturally, and the seeing with new eyes will emerge if we allow it. For others of us, we may need a companion to talk with, or contemplative practice, or just more time in order to start seeing with new eyes. A labyrinth walk might help in this area. It often happens when we are just still, like when we allow water to sit. Things will naturally either surface or sink in that stillness, and it can provide more clarity for us to see all the different parts. As we move on in the spiral, before it begins again, there's the part that we call going forth. In order to go forth, We don't need to know what the end of the path looks like in order to take the next steps. Just like walking through a forest in the mist, as we start walking, the next step will appear in front of us. There may be choices that come up, or there may be surprises. If we allow ourselves to continue to walk and take that next step, we will find that after a while, the path has become clear. So let's go ahead and take this spiral model of gratitude, honoring our pain, seeing with new eyes, and going forth, and do a little bit of a guided meditation. Find yourself a safe place where you will not be interrupted for a little while and get into a comfortable position. You may choose to do this with your eyes closed or open. If you choose to have your eyes open, I suggest that you have a soft focus where you're not looking at one thing in particular, but in a space between yourself and another object where things start to look a little blurry. You can also start with your eyes closed, and if you feel yourself getting drowsy, you may choose to open your eyes into that soft focus gaze once more. Now take a moment to find your breath and be able to track it from the inhale into the body to the point of exhale and the return out into the world. Tracking each breath, allowing for each breath to have its own space and its own place in the cycle of all the breath that you've taken in your lifetime. Allow yourself to be here in this moment, knowing that this breath and this moment is unique to right now, being fully present. As you shift your focus now to your whole body, allow yourself to scan from the top of your head down to your shoulders, noticing areas that need a little support or relaxation as your attention continues to your chest, your arms, the softness of your belly, your hips, your legs, your feet, down to the tips of your toes. Feel your body now connected to whatever it is that you're sitting, standing, or laying on. And sense that connection as you continue to breathe. Now imagine from your legs roots that are growing into the earth. These roots are the humble and resilient dandelion plant, which find the support of the soil and the nutrients that are provided. And they are essential for growing and stabilizing. Allow those roots to spread out wide and grow as deep as you need them to be. These are the roots of your gratitude today. Allow for any gratitude that you have to be present right now. Take a moment to acknowledge people, situations, systems, beings, places, and events, and anything else that you have gratitude for today. Now shift your attention as you notice some sprouts of jagged leaves and small stems that appear close to the ground from these deep roots that have access to that rich, nutritious soil. These leaves and stems have the ability to hold the pain that exists in you. For right now, choose 1 or 2 points of pain that are manageable. We choose to honor our pain today instead of numbing out, minimizing, or denying it, as it reminds us what we value and what's important. If it didn't matter, it wouldn't hurt. A way to honor that pain today is to name it and place it, metaphorically, on a leaf or stem that has emerged from those roots of gratitude. Or just allow them to be in your body for this moment. As we move through this cycle now, we leave the pain where we can visit it again. And now, allow those stems and leaves to grow and turn into vibrant yellow dandelion flowers. They appear and represent hope and the ability to see with fresh eyes, fresh vision, new sight. Yellow heads that reach up toward the sky. Allow yourself a moment to see if anything looks different from this perspective, so close to the ground. Perhaps current situations or relationships have a new tone or facet to them. What is it that you might notice today? Bring your attention now to these fluffy white balls of seeds that are companions to the yellow dandelion flowers. As a gentle breeze picks up, you get to witness these seeds disperse in great numbers. They are uplifted in all directions, each seed off on its own course. Every little seed carries everything it will need to start the cycle again, and you are witnessing it happen as you watch seeds detaching from stem and floating effortlessly out into the wider world. This is the time for going forth. You may choose to follow one of these seeds as it makes its way in the world. It may have views that you have never seen. It gets to experience places and other beings that you have yet to encounter. You can follow it, steering itself to just the right location where it will settle onto a bed of soil. This is where it will land and start the process of growing roots and repeating the cycle. Allow yourself one more opportunity to see these cycles repeating over and over again, where life has been repeating and cycling in different ways, how these cycles have always been here, and you know that they will continue. Whenever you need to, you can always come back to this place of feeling connected to this upward spiral. Now, as you're ready, come back into your body through your feet, up through your knees, your hips, your belly, to your chest that allows the breath to enter the body. Wiggle your fingers and move your toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Allow yourself to stretch and feel connected to every part of you. Now when you're ready, walk your labyrinth with your finger or your feet. Know that there is no right or wrong way to walk it, as long as we're mindful for other people who may be joining us on the path of the labyrinth. Remember that if anything comes up to you while you walk, it's all metaphor and information that you can take with you when you come back into your daily life. When you're finished with your labyrinth walk, you can simply go back to what it was you were planning on doing next. Or you can take an opportunity to find some journal prompts in the notes that may deepen your experience and allow for contemplation and integration of your time here today. Now go walk.